y'all. Hey, Gallivanters. So we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what to bring on your first RV trip. If you're renting or if you've bought one, we want to go over some of the basics that you'll need just to start off.
And I know, it's kind of like if you're traveling internationally. You gotta make sure you have this and have that, and because there's some things you may not be able to get while you're, overseas. And everybody's excited to take that trip. And just like with RVing, everybody gets excited to get in the RV and go.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that you really should make sure you have.
One of the things is that some rental places will offer the rental of linens. So towels, washcloths, pillows. I don't know if they do pillows, but sheets and blankets. And then they will also rent out like kitchen kits and then personal, almost like mess kits, but not, just a cup and a plate and silverware for everybody. You're better off bringing your own. And, I don't know. You certainly would prefer, I think, your own pillow. I have read complaints of, maybe the sheets are not
the cleanness,
or they're not the best quality. The blankets are thin, so you know what you like. So it's going to be important that you understand what size beds you have for every bed, so that you have the right size sheets and blankets and that sort of thing. Now, maybe there's sizes that you don't have at home, and it makes more sense for you to rent, and that's okay. I just think, for us, our recommendation is that you would bring your own.
Yeah.
Same thing with the kitchen. You know what you use on a regular basis, and you likely have some idea of how often you're actually going to cook in the RV versus, maybe you want to cook over a campfire, maybe you want to cook, on the grill, or maybe you're somebody who plans on eating out every night.
Yeah.
So, you know what you want. If you have to have your coffee in the morning like we do, bring a coffee maker, right? Make sure you bring the filters, make sure you bring everything you need for your coffee in the morning. And then there's things like, one of the things that we did, which we found to be a really great thing, was we had a crock pot. I could put everything in it, plug it in, and turn it on, and then we would actually just sit it in the sink so it wouldn't turn over when we were driving down the road, and we would, drive to our next destination. So we would do this on travel days. We would drive to our next destination, and by the time we got there, we had a nice, warm meal that was ready to go.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're traveling, by the time you get set up and, depending on what time you get there, and, the last thing you want to do is cook.
Yeah.
So it made it very easy to say, oh, okay, now let's eat.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you could do that on days, and I think we did this as well, when we knew we were going to be out sightseeing, checking the area out. We would, put something in the crock pot and let it cook, and then when we got back, it was ready. So, if you like that kind of stuff, that's an easy way to do things and to make a lot of, meals pretty easily without needing a lot of different pots and pans. The other thing is, just know that when you cook in an RV, it does heat it up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're out in the summer, you're probably going to want to prefer to cook on a grill. Most RV parks do have charcoal grills, like the park style grills. We ended up buying a small tabletop gas grill. We have a stand for it, but we never used the stand. We just put it on the picnic table, or whatever we had at our campsite. So that wraps up our list on what we think you should bring for your first time in an RV, for your kitchenware, as well as your linens and towels and that sort of thing. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. We are doing an entire series on RVing for newbies, so we'd love to answer your questions if we can, or do a video on them. That's it for now. We'll see y'all next time. Just remember,
Live your best life.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.